Vera's 15-year-old face, to figure out how I should feel about the jagged piece of tooth in my hand and the sharp edge my tongue kept running over inside my mouth. After an uncomfortable drive in the camp director's car to the closest town, 25 minutes away, for an emergency dentist appointment, I had a repaired front tooth. I also had new feelings about my camp sister. Not good ones. And that's why I always told myself that I would be the best camp sister ever when my time came. And that time was now. On this bus. With that smell. I was sure Vera had no idea she was cradling the corpse of her pet frog. She was only 7 years old after all. I had just met Vera minutes before boarding the bus when one of the counselors paired up all the camp sisters for a photo. I didn't know if she was the kid who cannonballed straight into the pool without testing the water first, or if she was the kid who eased in slowly, an inch at a time, letting each new bit of skin adjust to the temperature. So I didn't know if I should just blurt out the bad news or approach carefully. I unbuckled my seatbelt, walked up the aisle, and stopped at the first row on the bus where Vera was seated alone, next to the window. "Mind if I sit here?" I asked. Vera gazed up at me with big brown eyes that looked one size too large for her head. "Sit down," she practically ordered me. "It's dangerous to stand in the aisle at this speed. And buckle up. It's the law." I quickly sat and clicked my seatbelt across my hips. Vera looked relieved. "So, how are you doing?" I asked her. "I'm fine," she said, turning her head to look out the window, away from me. "Are you excited? To get there and see your cabin and meet your counselors?" I tried to make my voice sound enthusiastic, which took effort, as I was mildly carsick. The dead frog smell wasn't helping. "Excited? Not at the moment, no." "Oh, well, maybe once we get closer," I suggested. Vera looked at me the way my mom looks at my little brother sometimes, with extra patience. "Maybe," she said. "So," I shifted in my seat, turning toward her. "I'm concerned about your frog, Vera." "There's no need," she replied without pause. "Well, I think this trip might have been too much for him." Vera's eyes opened wide. They seemed to take up half her face. She looked at the box on her lap, then turned her huge brown eyes up at me again. "I'm sorry, but that smell," I said. "I think he's no longer with us." Vera blinked slowly. "I'm sorry," I said again, gently. "I know she's gone," she replied. "You know?" "Of course I know. That smell is a dead giveaway." Her eyes twinkled at me. "Oh, okay," I stuttered. "Well, are you upset?" "You must be upset," I said, even though I couldn't read her face. "I'm fine. I knew it was a risk bringing her. I just rescued her from my neighbor's pool this morning. I don't know how long she was stuck in there, but I know chlorine penetrated her skin. Frogs breathe through their skin, you know." "Yeah, I know," I said. "She's a green frog. Lithobates clamitans, very common in Pennsylvania." "How do you know she's a she?" "Her tympana, the circular patch of skin behind the eyes, are smaller in size than her eyes, which means she's a female. If the tympana were the same size as the eyes or larger, she would be a male." "Oh, cool." Vera would probably love the nature hut at camp, with all of its pressed flowers, boxes of seeds, bark samples, and posters about indigenous New Hampshire species. In junior camp, nature hut was a daily activity. Anyway, I know she's deceased. The odds were stacked against her. "Guess so," I agreed. Vera hugged the box closer to her body. There were air holes punched on 4 sides. You could practically see the dead frog fumes wafting out of them. Vera didn't look sad, but she didn't look not sad either. I tried to figure out what a good camp sister would do. "What was her name?" I decided to ask. "Happy?" I stifled a laugh. It was hard not to laugh at a dead frog.